Hello, today we're going to be learning how to change a fraction into a decimal longhand. I'll also show you how to do it on the calculator, but we want to learn how to do this longhand. So first of all, there are some fractions out there that you know or should know already what the decimal looks like. Some of those that we kind of already know is 1/2, and most of you know that 1/2 is 0.5. A lot of you will know that 1/4 or a quarter is 0.25. And some of you also know that 3/4 is 0.75 or 75 hundredths. There are other decimals that you may know and you can add to your list. Some of you know 1/8, 3/8, some of you know 1/3, and so forth. If you don't know these, that's fine. We can easily get them. And the way we're going to do that is through long division. So let's just take, let's say, 2/5. Okay, some of you may know what this decimal looks like, but we want to turn it into a decimal. And we can think of 2, if we read top to bottom, left to right, this is 2. This line here tells us to divide. So we're going to take 2 and we're going to divide it by 5. So 2 is going to be inside and 5 is going to be on the outside. Now the number 2 does not have a decimal sitting there, but there's an understood decimal that follows right after it. So I'm going to put that decimal point after, and I'm also going to put the decimal point above. Okay? And now there's nothing, now I'm going to do my long division. Does 5 go into 2? It does not. So I'm going to start adding some zeros here to accommodate for the fact I might need to do some more digits, which I do. So 5 does not go into 2, so that's 0. So 5 into 20, that is actually 4 times. And 5 times 4 is 20, so we ignore that decimal. The decimal is only there to help us get the answers. And I get a remainder, we subtract and get 0. So 2/5, I can stop here since I do have nothing as a remainder and I have no more non-zero digits. 2/5 is the same as 0.4 or 4/10. Let's try a slightly more complicated one. Let's do a mixed number. Let's say 3 and 4/7. And just because I know, having taught this class many, many times, that this is going to keep going for a while, I'm going to round my answer to the nearest hundredth. Whoops. I forgot the R. Sorry about that, my spelling. So here's 3 and 4/7. I know that 3 is the whole number. So this is actually 3 decimal point and then some digits which come from this 4/7 piece. So again, this is 4 divided by the 7. So 4 divided by the 7. If I'm going to the nearest hundredth, so I'm going to put my decimal point in there. The nearest hundredth, here's my tenths, my hundredths. In order to determine whether or not I'm going to round up or round down, I actually need to go one more decimal. So I'm going to put that 0 in there, and once I hit that, I'm done. So 7 into the 4, it does not happen. So that's 0 times. 7 into 40 is, well, we have to think, 7 times what gives me something smaller than 40, and that would be 5. So 7 times 5 is 35. And now we subtract. So if I wanted to borrow here, so I get 5, and I bring down my 0. 7 into 50, that is 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. Subtracting, I get 1. Bring down my 0. 7 into 10 gives me 1 time. So 7 and a 3. Every time I subtract, I should be getting something smaller than 7. If I don't, that means I could have gone a larger number up here. Okay, now I don't have any more zeros, but I only needed to go to the hundredth. So the hundredth is my tenths, hundredths. This 1 tells me I'm going to just truncate it, and this stays a 7. So 3 and 4/7 rounded to the nearest hundredth is 3.57. If I were doing this on a calculator just to check my work, so here's my calculator, I'm going to take my 4 divided by the 7, and you'll see that 5, 7, 1. And there's more decimals if I had kept going, but we only needed it to the nearest hundredth, so 5, 7. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Again, longhand. You could have done these up here as well using the division. But again, to change a fraction into a decimal, we have to do some longhand division. Good luck.